Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Jim and Ruby Hike. Tonight I'm going to go over my gear that I have for my upcoming thru hike starting in November. My last video I did my big three, the tent, sleeping bag, sleep system, and backpack. So tonight I thought I'd talk about the gear that I'm taking along with the big three. And I'll start out with my clothes. I like the Merrell's Moab waterproof boots. They worked I was on my third pair when I got off trail, so they worked really well. I use Injinji toe liner socks with Darn Tough regular socks. Both are wool. Make a huge difference having the sock liners. These things really make a difference in keeping the blisters off, because I, knock on wood, did not have one. I've got merino wool underwear. For my base layer, again, it's REI's merino wool, basically long johns, top and bottoms. For my shirt, it's a merino wool t-shirt with a synthetic buff and just a pair of Columbia hiking pants and First Light suspenders. For my, just got this in today, and that's a Sherpa quilt. It's a fleece top, and it is very warm. And being that I'm starting in November, I wanted to have a thicker fleece than what I had last time, and that really does the job. As well, I've got a Outdoor Vitals jacket, and what sold me on this jacket is that it keeps you warm even when it's wet. And I've had it in my last thru hike attempt. I did have quite a bit of sweat, and this thing, even when it got wet, did keep me warm. A couple of times it got wet. When it does rain, I just have a nice pair of Frog Togs, simple, cheap, easy. When I get to camp at night, you want to get all of these clothes off and get into comfortable sleeping gear. And I have a light, kind of a flannel-like material pair of pants, along with just a simple cotton t-shirt, some cotton gloves, and a cap to keep you warm. And then these, my oldest daughter Jess, she got me these for Christmas. They're alpaca, and they're lighter than the Darn Toughs, and they're a little longer. So for the nighttime, they really work out well. And if you have those, along with these down booties, keep your feet nice and warm. You also keep a bandana that I'll hang off the shoulder strap of my backpack, and that'll help just wiping the sweat, or if you have to use this a snot rag or whatever. For the really cold nights, I have a wool hat and a thicker fleece buff that I can swap out either if I'm sleeping and it's cold, or if I'm hiking and it's really cold. So that's pretty much it. I'm only taking 2 pair of socks, 2 pair of underwear, and 1 base layer to try and cut down on weight as much as I can. The other thing that I'll be wearing are the Crocs. Those are camp shoes, so you can get out of your hiking boots at night and let your feet breathe, and a nice pair of Crocs, that always helps. And there's nothing better than socks and Crocs. So that's what we'll be wearing. I'll go on to some of the regular gear. This here is my old man luxury item. It weighs 1 pound, and it's the Helionaut chair. And when I got that towards the end of my last thru hike attempt, it really made all the difference in the world. So 99% sure that's going, but it could also hit the chopping block if I have to really start cutting weight. For water, what we do is we filter. So I use this CNOC bag to collect the water, and then this just goes on here, and you can filter it through, and you can screw the smart water bottle onto that side of it, and you can filter your water really easy. That always worked good, and it was dependable, and you could get these anywhere. along the trail. Walmart carries them. For sanitation, we always carry just a hand sanitizer. There's no sinks, so when you do your business out in the woods, that's one way that we help keep things a little more sanitary. For those times when I have to dig a cat hole to do what you got to do, this is it's called the Deuce of Spades or something like that, and it's I think it's titanium or aluminum. It's very light, and then just have some dry toilet paper in there to help out. And so if there's not a privy available, you can always take care of business that way. Over here is my medical kit. It has just some antacids, some bandages, leukotape, and chapstick. So my toolkit, I'm going to use the Swiss Army. This is all you need, the little mini. This is a neat little freebie from Outdoor Vitals. It's pyro putty, helps you start fires. And then this is a little 550 cord. It's always good to have some of that around. I like to use it for a clothesline inside my tent or outside, depending on what the weather's like. But even at night, just to hang your socks and anything that might be sweated out and give it a chance to dry out, that always works nice. For electronics, I have a little 10,000 milliamp battery bank. I've got this little weird tripod. Seems to work pretty good, but for what I've been doing so far, I can just hang on to the phone. I've got I think this is a Black Diamond rechargeable headlamp. It works really well. I've got the air mattress, air pump. Works really nice and stays charged quite well. So that's about it on the electronics outside of my iPhone that I'm using right now. And then we get to the kitchen. And of course, get the fuel. This is my little MSR stove. Another bandana to help with cleanup. This is a titanium mug that I made a little cozy for to help keep coffee warm in the morning. And just a little Tokes, very light titanium mug. So when you're boiling your water, you can keep it warm. And when you're dehydrating your meals, it's like something like this, you pour your hot water in there, you put this inside this little pouch and it keeps it warm while it rehydrates. So that's a really neat little thing I picked up recently. It's a titanium spoon, very light. It's got the longer handle so it can fit into the bags really nicely. So that's a nice little piece. And then I have the Bear Vault 475, and it fits almost perfectly across my backpack. And I went with this time because it's waterproof. It's so much easier than Bear Hang or even the Ursack, which I used last time. It just makes so much easier on everything. So that'll be, you just fill that up with all your food and smellables, and you put that 70 paces or 100 feet away from your campsite, just in between some rocks or logs. And the bears can't get into it. And then I just put a little idea of what breakfast, lunch, and dinner are. Usually I would do a instant coffee here with some breakfast, with a breakfast packet, and then some oatmeal. And that would be pretty much a normal breakfast. These are the electrolyte, the Gatorade Zeros. I really like these. They're real light, no sugar, easy to carry. And then get yourself some wraps, some tortilla wraps, and you can do chicken salad. I like to crumble on. I'll pack out a big bag of Fritos, and by the time you get to the first time you want them, they're already crushed up, so you just pour them in with the chicken salad. Makes a real nice lunch. And that pretty much is the gear. Hard to believe that it'll all fit inside that pack, but at the end of the day, you pack it and unpack it. If your tent doesn't get exploded like this, if you're in a hotel or a hostel, your bunk or bed will. And I'll probably go through this a few more times and make sure that I've got everything and I don't need anything else. So I will do a more of a food video and show you a little bit about what we eat during the day and what I'll be eating on trail. Just the pretty simple stuff, but that's it for now. Thank you again, and if you liked it, please subscribe and come along for the journey starting November 10th of this year, right after we vote. I'm going to get on the trail and start heading north from Springer. Hope to see you all there. Thanks.